This I wanna nail sports to the bone. Top blogger, top YouTube channel. No matter which sports here, we got it covered. Subscribe and hit the notification bell.
What's up, my sports to the bone family? Hope everybody is doing okay, man. Shout out to you all. Alright, so currently on the road, just decided that I'm gonna share two stories with you guys. Well, one story in particular that I saw on the SportsMax website. And the next one is basically, you know, a list that I would have put together. Alright, so the other day I gave you about 11 players, I think it was, that really impressed me in this year's staging of the CPL. So I have another list here of maybe about 6 or 7 players that did not, you know, impress me any at all. You can say that they underachieved in the CPL. And the next story comes from the SportsMax website, as I said just now, where former West Indies pace bowler Andy Roberts, you know, was giving some, I think he was speaking on the Mason and Guest show, and he was talking about the West Indies T20 World Cup squad, right? And he was really, according to him, he was really disappointed with the fact that Jason Holder was left out of the 15-man squad. You understand? He went as far as to say that Jason Holder is the best cricketer in the Caribbean, you know, in maybe not in so many words, but basically what he was saying. Alright, so let me just go through my list first, then I'll share the Andy Roberts story with you. Alright, so as I said, guys, there are a couple of cricketers that, you know, West Indians that didn't do so well in the CPL. And starting off the list, I have Christopher Henry Gale, the Jamaican that represented St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots in this year's staging. He didn't do so well at all. You understand? His average wasn't all that good. You know, he played in 9 innings. He didn't play all of the games. He played in 9 innings, and I think he had an average of around about 165 runs he got. You understand? So it wasn't a good campaign for Gale at all. So Gale kicks off the list. At number 2, I have Kyle Myers. I think he also amassed 160 runs within in the 8 innings that he played. He really struggled when they had him in the middle order there. I think about 2 or 3 games they promoted him to the top of the order, and he was able to get some runs. He got an 8-yard in one. I think it was in the last game. He got an 8-yard, and you know, he got a 30 something in another game. So, you know, Kyle Myers, he wasn't a vintage Kyle Myers campaign at all. You know, coming out of the test series, you know, a lot of persons were thinking that, all right, maybe he will just, you know, kick on in the CPL and sort of revive things, but it didn't work out for him at all. So Kyle Myers is another one that had a poor outing. The next person would be Shea Hope. Yeah, man, Shea Hope had a poor outing also. You know, didn't perform any at all. You understand? And I must say that I am really disappointed, because Shea Hope is a man that I really wanted to perform well. You know, Rest and Chase basically went out there and you know, auditioned for the spot that I thought Shea Hope would have auditioned for. So things didn't work out too well for Shea Hope at all. But at the end of the day, it is cricket. It is what it is. You know, we can't say that boy, the man didn't try his best. He went out there, things just didn't work out for him. You know, in 8 innings, he had about 141 runs. In 8 innings, 141 runs. And the Shea Hope that we know usually would be more fruitful than that. So he's just going through a rough patch. Right? The next person that didn't perform up to par, Ravman Powell. Right? 168 runs in 10 innings. Right? 168 runs in 10 innings. Ravman Powell didn't do too well at all. You understand? A couple of other Talawa players didn't do too well enough. Maybe Andre Russell, Brathwaite and those guys, but they were hot and cold. But Ravman Powell is one that really stood out for me. You know, he had a couple of cameos here and there, but he didn't do too well at all. So Ravman Powell is another player that stood out. Alright, the next player would be Jason Holder. Right? The man, his name is causing a lot of controversy on the scene right now as regards to him being left out. But yeah man, Jason Holder, was definitely not a good campaign for him at all. With the bat, it wasn't a good campaign. With the ball, it wasn't a good campaign. And you know, his captaincy wasn't the best in a couple of the games that I would have seen. So Jason Holder makes that list of players that did not perform too well at all. You understand? I think he had let me see, he had 9 innings. Yeah man, Jason Holder had 9 innings, and I think he got about 109 runs. Yeah man, in the 9 innings he had 109 runs. He didn't take a lot of wickets, you know, so it was a poor outing for Jason Holder in this year's staging of the CPL. You understand? Apart from Jason Holder, the next person is Darren Bravo. Right? And Darren Bravo, who am I to say? Maybe I don't know much because he was picked in the World Cup squad. So let me just say, in 7 innings he had 98 runs, right? Yeah man, in 7 innings he had 98 runs. You heard me right, guys. In 7 innings he had 98 runs. But that was obviously enough to get him into the World Cup squad. Not even going to pressure that point anymore. Right? And the final person that I have that didn't perform as well as I would have expected is Hayden Walsh Jr. Right? Especially coming out of that white ball series against Australia, Pakistan and South Africa. You know, I was expecting him to really go out there and put up a good performance in the CPL to sort of set himself for the T20 World Cup. You know, but it is what it is. It just didn't work out for him. Yeah man, he didn't really get much wicket, wasn't too effective. So, you know, he rounds off that list. Alright, so those are the players that really didn't do much for me in the CPL. Alright, just to finish off now, guys. The story that I see floating around on the Sportsmax website, where Andy Roberts, you know, he spoke on the Mason and Guest show, and he said that, you know, he was really surprised and taken aback that Jason Holder was not selected in the 15-man squad for the World Cup. You understand? And he's saying that this, in his opinion, the selectors really made a big mistake, you know, not to name Jason Holder in that squad. You know, and yeah, boy, I don't know. These guys know more than I do, know more than what I know in cricket. You understand? These guys would have done it at the highest level, and then, you know, they would have done some amount of analyst work and things. So these guys know more than what I know. So Andy Roberts said that he was shocked. He was shocked that Jason Holder was left out, right? And he's saying that in his opinion, Jason Holder should have been one of the first pick. Yeah man, you heard me right. Jason Holder should have been one of the first pick as it relates to the West Indies T20 squad. But, you know, we all see how it went, and it is what it is, my viewers and subscribers, because at the end of the day, the squad is already picked, and we just have to hope that these guys will be able to go out there and get the job done. You understand? But boy, let us see who to tell a player might even get injured and they have to call on Jason Holder, and he might turn out to be the knight and shining armor of West Indies T20 World Cup campaign. See? So we're going to leave this one right here for now, my viewers and subscribers. Sports to the bone, keeping you informed. Please remember to like, share, leave us a comment. If you have not yet subscribed, please go right ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Big up on yourself.